We need to talk. My son is here, wanting to talk too. Hi, welcome. I just felt like a crawling sensation. There's some discomfort happening for you right now. If you're feeling this sort of like, cool, I got the message. If you want to stick around. If you haven't met me yet. Hi, I'm Izzy. I go by 8th House Mercury here and Astremia on my other account where I do evolutionary astrology. The best way you guys can support me, if after this message, if it's resonating, you can subscribe to my newsletter. It's called Letters from the 8th House. It's where I channel the upcoming astrological transit straight to your inbox every Monday. The newest one is out. You can check it out through the link in my bio. Okay. So I was sitting here and I was like, there's a lot of movement happening for the person watching this. And so I was like, I need to get a channeled song. And the song is Nothing But a Monster by Ari Hicks. And of course, Spotify didn't have the lyrics, so I looked them up. And it's very interesting. The chorus is what's really standing out here. Here comes the feeling. If I get caught, I'm dead. She's after me. She's coming for my head. Uh-oh, nothing but a monster. Here comes the feeling. If I caught. Clearly, he wants the song to be played, but I also just don't want to get copyrighted. So, I feel this frustration because it's like, it's a female singing. You probably heard it in that just tiny bit of the song playing, where it's almost like you versus you kind of thing, where it's sort of, you're chasing, it's showing like ouroboros, and it's like, you don't realize the thing that's chasing you is you, right? And it's sort of this realization that you're going through. The discomfort I was feeling, and what came to mind was that of like a reptile or a snake shedding its skin. And that fact that I brought in ouroboros around that makes sense. I have like this ongoing like little notes app where I like things will just drop through during the day, and I'm just like, okay, I just have to toss it here to talk about later. And one of the things I wrote down is, your future will not be found in the past with me. And I feel like you're at this crux right now. You're at this crossroads with you and you. It's like past you, future you, and then present you is just sitting there like, and it's almost like they're duking it out a little bit, and you're just there like, what is happening? And it's all happening all at once. Everything's happening all at once. The greatest piece of this message is the thing that you desire in your future will not come to fruition if you continue to follow the patterns of your past. The future you desire will not come to fruition if you follow the patterns of your past. For example, thinking about a job that you had. I want to give you guys tangible examples. The teacher in me is like, give them something to run with. Like, if you worked at Subway for 5 years and you continue to work at Subway and you don't change that pattern, you're going to keep working at Subway until you choose to not do that again or continue that pattern. So you start working out, add something new into the routine. It's the golden rose. I literally was looking, like this card was coming up in my mind so strongly. And normally I don't read from this book, but we're gonna read about the golden rose, because I really feel like you're understanding the layers of life in a completely new way. Okay. This is the secret, the altar, the gem. The rose has long been used as a symbolic image for the sublimation of alchemy. The outer petals represent the first 7 planets and operations, while the inner petals protect the revelations from unwelcomed eyes. But what exactly resides at the center of the golden road? Alchemy tells us it's a secret, and it's meant to be kept as such. Both the rose spirals inwards and outwards simultaneously, and it offers beauty to the onlooker while concealing its inner chambers. This is the complex nature of the golden rose. It challenges the alchemist to reorient their thinking to devote their work to honoring the secret rather than attempting to become the master of it. Kneel at the altar of the unknown. Cherish the golden rose as it's a model of self. More will be revealed. And that's where I feel like you're finally settling into this, where it's like, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but I do know that I am here right now in this moment. We have gold here. Like, you are on the precipice. Oh my God. And it's frustrating, like the irritation, you're like, all these, it almost feels like a lot of past things are coming up where you're just like, I don't even, and it's sort of the recognition that you're not operating as you used to. And you are making changes. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. I'm really excited for you guys, ultimately, because it's like, I feel like you have come to a point where you might resonate with my last message as well, where something happened where like I heard spring equinox, March 21st. Like, you're still gonna, be in this incubator period of like unknown, of things changing. I'm seeing the picture of somebody like on a boat, like in a storm, and like it's just like, I don't know which way's north or south or port side or whatever boat terms are, but you're there and you're still moving. Of course sublimation came out. Okay, with conjunctio and sublimation coming out again together, and I continued the last week getting this message, and tomorrow Venus moves into Pisces. If you guys, again, subscribe to my newsletter, I write about all these things. There is something sacred about daydreaming, something sacred about the texture and the quality of like really leaning into, this is what my deepest desire is. And it's like with conjunctio, I'm hearing like in partnership, but it's like beyond that. It's like, what does partnership even mean for me? And again, you're in the molting process of a snake is what I'm seeing. And so you're just like, Venus moves into Pisces tomorrow. And Venus is going to be in Pisces for a hot minute. When is she moving into Aries? Let's take a peek. I can't see. I don't have my glasses on. So anyways, it's significant, this period of time with Venus and Pisces, where you're really letting yourself, because Saturn had moved through Pisces the last 2.5 years. So you've really worked on emotional discernment, like the benevolent guide. Your spirit team's really watching over you with this too, and they see the process. And I'm really noticing also on this card, this sort of snake in the center, like being that sort of figure. Oh my gosh, the alchemical wedding. Like, you are, this period of time until March 21st is an incubator for you to come into inner union, which means you have to shed this past version of self because it's no longer sustainable for the life that you actually want to live. So you really have to, like, I heard, like, test your boundaries, where it's there. Spirit's throwing so many examples out in my brain where, like, say you're like, I don't like working out. Try it for 21 days and then report back to Spirit of like, yeah, it didn't work. Try martial arts, especially with Saturn moving into Aries. I'm going to encourage everybody to find a discipline within the martial field. So jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, Krav Maga, MMA, boxing, kickbox. There's so many different modalities. I'm just going to gently encourage that. Okay. Last message. Yeah, because this is where you're at. You have a foundation, but it's not strong. It's coming into form with 10 here. Like, it's coming into form. And with winter being at the bottom there, before I started shuffling, it's really like winter has been like this sort of, I'm seeing how like frost forms. Yeah, and you're in the void right now. Confirmation, that's been coming through a lot. So it's like, you technically can't see forward, but trust your higher self with Wise Salt. And there might be some mentors in your life. And speaking of mentors, if you're interested, in working with me, I have mentorship spots open if you want to really like move and be held. And my eclipse portal container, let's do that too. Sign up there. I love